Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CSR3 and welcome to the Skyward Randomizer Winter Tournament 2021. It's already the 5th seeding race, so we're getting to late seeding race territory. And without further ado, let's actually get going. Let's switch to the layout. Given I can find it in this list. There we go. And without further ado, because we're pretty much good to go, I'll send you off and hand you over to 64-bit Link. Hey, take it away.
Yep. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, this is seeding race number 5 for the tournament. So, this is going to be pretty important for determining where these runners are going to seed overall. The seeding is going to be used to determine the groups. And yeah, so we're just waiting for the race time, and we'll be off. So for those who aren't familiar with Skyward Sword Randomizer, the runners are going to be required to do 2 dungeons, and which 2 dungeons those are randomized, and they will find out by looking at the bulletin board outside the classroom in the academy. And yeah, so also this is going to be done on hero mode because hero mode has a ton of advantages over normal mode, including being able to skip cutscenes and taking double damage, which in this game is actually an advantage. So it looks like the race time is ready to go. So now we're just going to just wait for the stream delay to catch up. So yeah, first thing immediately after once the runners actually start and skip the intro cutscenes is they will get a free item from Fledge, and that item will determine possibly how the seed is gonna go. So yeah, the runners are now off and holding the 2 button to skip all these cutscenes. And so there's also going to be 1 pillar open from the start. And now we will see what Fledge has for our runners today. And gratitude crystals. So that means that our runners can get an item from Petro right away, and we have the Laneru special for required dungeons. LMF Sandship. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I know some of these runners, like CJ in particular, are sick of LMF seeds, but they're getting another one today. But can't quite tell what's the open pillar today. And 5 more from Owlin, so we can get 2 of the Betrow rewards on Skyloft 1. And the Practice Sword chest just has 20 rupees. So our runners are kind of following the same route to start with. And then the route can deviate a little bit. Sometimes runners will choose to go up to the goddess statue early. Personally, I prefer to go to the bazaar immediately after getting these first couple items, but we'll see what our runners decide to do. Jasnix getting the item from Owlin. So Jasnix is going up to the goddess statue, so he'll be able to check 2 items there. Or I think he was just scouting out the pillar. Battlecat's heading up to the bazaar. So it looks like the Elden pillar is the open pillar today, which is actually the best pillar in my opinion to be open at the start because it has the most items that you can get Sphere 0, meaning without any having any other items because the items are behind bombable walls, but there are bomb flowers everywhere. So our runners are also all talking to Beatrice at the start. And that is to advance the quest. They need to talk to Beatrice a total of 7 times and her dad twice. And the potion lady just having a rare treasure for us today. Jasnix being the first to check Rina and getting the tumbleweed. So, already with the validation item for this seed. His harm's gonna be the actual first to go up to the goddess statue. So this chest was moved from lower down and has Ballad of the Goddess. So Ballad of the Goddess is going to open up the Thunderhead. So that adds 2 checks immediately, and then other checks that open up when the runners get more swords. And another goddess plume. We have gratitude crystals on the waterfall cave, and Battlecats is going right to Betrow. And the baby's rattle on the second island. Or the second chest in Waterfall Cave. So that is giving them a fetch quest item that they'll be able to check immediately on this Skyloft trip. CJ having a little trouble opening the chest. And Betrow has nothing of value, unfortunately. So Jasnix doing a loading zone manip there where he dove off the platform a specific way to be able to basically be immediately near the goddess statue so he could land there. Imagine CJ is gonna do the same thing. So, okay, Battlecats is just sleeping, presumably to advance the Beatrice quest. Because there really isn't much other reason why he would sleep in this house. So it'll be interesting to see which of our runners is the first to actually leave Skyloft and head to the Elden Pillar. Or even if one of the runners decides to check Oriel. Or to probably talk to Oriel to check Pero's item. I'm thinking for a bit, it might just be updating his tracker. And Jasnik's getting some single crystals. An interesting decision, given that the next Betrow reward available is 30, which they are unlikely to get at this point, or at least very soon. So it looks like CJ is gonna sleep in Beatrice's house to talk to Beatrice's dad, which is also required to advance the Beatrice quest. So the Beatrice quest is a very long quest that results in an item, but that item is available from the start of the game. So so it's one of those things where like you want to advance it like as much as possible while being efficient. And now we'll get to see what's on the rattle. Good. And a fetch quest for a fetch quest. We have Colin's letter. This is already off to a great start. So Jasnix is also going to Spirit's house. Spirit's the fortune teller, and the quest for where Spirit loses his crystal ball is open from the start. So, especially with the Elden Pillar open immediately, it's a good idea to just talk to Spirit because you want to be ready when you find claw shots in potentially in Elden to just be able to go to claw shot up and get the crystal ball and not have to waste a bunch of time later. So yeah, I was initially confused about the single gratitude crystals, but I actually now kind of like Jasnix's routing. So now we're gonna see who is going to actually give Colin's letter to Karane to see what's behind that. So yeah, as of right now, our runners are like all just following in each other's footsteps, just like doing checks that the other runners have, because they're kind of exhausting all that they can do on Skyloft. And yeah, so for turning in Colin's letter, unfortunately, that requires going to the complete other side to Skyloft and making it day. But that allows fitting in another Beatrice conversation. Yeah, CJ is going to be the last of our runners to be disappointed by Betrow. So yeah, interestingly, I don't think our runners have found a B item yet. Jasnik's heading up to the bazaar to talk to Beatrice again, bonking along the way. Yeah, so rolling is technically the fastest form of movement in this game, but it consumes a lot of stamina. So we tend to try to only roll when we're going short distances. So Harm is actually going to leave Skyloft. Battle Cats is actually turning in Colin's letter. This is a slightly lengthy quest. So it looks like Harm's going to head to the Lumpy Pumpkin, judging from the way that he's flying. So now that Balcat's talked to Karani, gave her the letter, now he has to go talk to Pippet. And Pippet's going to be very upset by this, and then after that, he's going to go back down and to talk to Karani again and see this love triangle unfold. So, Battle Cats and Jasnix are pretty close. So, Arm saw something he liked on the chandelier. I didn't quite see what it was because I was paying attention to the other runners. Jasnix bonking a lot on the staircase, which... not bonking on the staircase is extremely hard, and that's the gust bellows on the chandelier. So, that is logically required for LMF. And CJ is heading right down to Eldon. I actually like this play because there's a... Eldon is fairly item dense, and so there's a good chance that there is a useful item here. CJ running into one of the chews there. It's really hard to dodge that pair of chews. And so in this cave there is a chest. Now we'll see what Harm does. Can't quite tell where he's going. Now, in Vanilla, you'd want to go through zippers, but in the Rando, because you have increased Loftwing speed and the zippers set your speed to a fixed value, it is actually faster to not go through the zippers in Rando. Also, I missed what was in the first chest in Eldon. More gratitude crystals in the second chest. And there's 20 rupees on the ledge. And unfortunately, CJ does not have an item to stun the pirate with, so he has to watch the cutscene. Okay, Battle Cats is in the Thunderhead. He in solving the Isle of Songs puzzle. I missed if he checked the first chest already. Okay, he got Emerald Tablet on the one isolated chest on the, I think it's East Island. So that's huge for Battle Cats, because he's the only one to have gone into Thunderhead at this point. And fire shield earrings in the Ferrari's Courage chest. Or the chest that corresponds to Ferrari's Courage in vanilla. Unfortunately, Harm did not roll the bomb far enough in. He's gonna have to roll another one. But that's two really important items. Well, one really important item and one item that may be required in the Thunderhead. The Fire Shield Earrings could also be just a gigantic bait. It locks two items in Volcano Summit. I also was watching Harm, and I missed what was in the Magma, the first two chests in Magma Turf. So Battlecats is gonna talk to Oriel. He can't actually rescue Oriel yet because he doesn't have a bottle, but he can get one of Pero's items, because normally Pero would give you a bottle of mushroom spores at this point. So you can see what that item is. And on Digging Mitts is the harp. The harp is one of the always required items. So our runners are going to be required to find harp and 3 sword upgrades, and that's true for every single seed, because they need to be able to raise the Gate of Time and then open the Gate of Time with Master Sword. And Harm, unfortunately, trying to roll the bomb across the Bone Bridge takes a death. And that's a really unfortunate death, too, because it takes him all the way back to the beginning of the area. Oh, I guess CJ missed the second chest. I don't know whether he got the first one. So I'll be able to see what the second chest is here. And just an evil crystal, so nothing important there. Those keys can be quite annoying in the little corridor that Harm was going through. It's really hard to not get hit by them. And that CJ has cleared everything it can in Elden for now. So now, okay, so Battlecats is going to get Oriel's item, which is the bow. The bow is absolutely required for Sandship. So for Sandship, the runners are going to need bow. They're going to need Ancient Sea Chart to be able to douse for it. And Harm is struggling with the Bone Bridge, unfortunately. And that is not a trivial bomb roll by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I mean, mostly because, like, a lot of times when you do the rolling motion, you'll wind up accidentally adding a bit of a curve to it. And so, yeah, you want to, so you kind of have to be able to go up to the edge and then just do a really straight bomb roll. Okay, Jasnik's got the bomb roll, and And now heading into Magma Turf. Also forgetting to do a normal dive. I think he's done a lot of no-bit runs recently, so I think his muscle memory is more attuned to that than Rando. And he realizes his mistake immediately and is just going to leave and come back in a dive animation rather than a falling animation. Yeah, so CJ, having found the harp, is going to get the Colin's letter item from Colin, which is going to first require him to talk to the toilet hand. Meanwhile, Harm jumped a tad too early as the lava was clearing, but did finally manage to get through the bone bridge. Okay, so the top chest I can finally figure out is part of the Song of the Hero. So we certainly hope that the item on the Skyloft trial, well, I don't know. If you're the type of viewer who wants to see our runners suffer, you want to see all 4 Silent Realms required. If you're one of the runners, you want to see all of the Silent Realms say, all of the songs say they have junk items. And I completely missed what Colin's letter, the check was. Alright, Colin's letter was life metal, according to Muzu, who is tracking for us. Harm getting his harp. Battle Cat's now down in Eldin. Looks like Jaznix is finally going to head to the Thunderhead and get his Emerald Tablet. So at this point, we've kind of reached another point where our runners are not getting, giving us any new information. They're just checking things that other runners have checked. They're basically catching up with each other. So Harm leaving Eldin. CJ getting his disappointment from turning in Colin's letter, so that whole fetch quest chain was pointless. So yeah, Battle Cat's kind of had the advantage of having the Emerald Tablet first, but unfortunately, I think this now that Jaznix also has it, that now I think Jaznix is going to be taking the lead. But it's a very, very small lead, and a lot can change. We're still very early. And it really depends on what the runners decide to do and what their their first and who finds the important items first. And yeah, I guess Zeldik's pointing out that Battlecat's got Bow and Beetle apparently. I guess I missed where Beetle was. But those are very important items for Farron. Oh right. Okay, yeah, I guess I missed cleaning crystals. Yeah, so Beetle was on cleaning crystals. Harmjon checking the wrong door, trying to activate Colin's letter. It's the downstairs bathroom door that you need to check for that one. Jasnix is now checking cleaning crystals and is about to get his beetle. Yeah, so Harm did not set this up correctly, so he still has not activated the Colin's letter quest. So hopefully he remembers that it's the downstairs bathroom that he needs to check at night. So Jasnix, did Jasnix find the Beetle's beetle? Because he is... Okay, so yeah, he is going to be turning that in. So we found all 3 of the fetch quest items, like, right off the bat, which is interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen a seed where, like, all 3 fetch quest items are that fast. So CJ done in the Lumpy Pumpkin. Battlecats is cleaning up some gratitude crystals. Jasnix, while he's here, is going to get the single gratitude crystal on top of Beetle's ship. And we'll see what Beetle has for us today for giving him back his beetle. Vanilla. More gratitude crystals. And Jasnix is going to check his count. He has 28, so I believe he can find the remaining 2 on Skyloft. If nothing else, then the 2 at the back of Waterfall Cave. CJ advancing Beatrice. Arm getting his beetle. Yeah, I mean, this has been a very Skyloft heavy start. In both required dungeons in Lanayru, and no Amber Tablet has shown up yet. So, Harm finding the bow and CJ finding, or Harm finding the beetle and CJ finding the bow at exactly the same time. Battlecats is checking the Horned Colossus beetle. And Jaznix presumably is going to be going after the. I guess maybe didn't turn in didn't check Colin's letter yet. CJ getting single crystals. So yeah, at least Jaznix and Battlecats both have the Emerald Tablet and haven't gone to Farron yet. Now, Farron isn't quite as dense as Elden as far as checks go. Like, ideally, you would have bombs and claw shots or water dragon scale to go to Farron. But there could still be an important item there. And Harm, unfortunately, falling off Skyle, often triggering this cutscene. Jaznix going after the last couple of gratitude crystals that he needs, so that then he can go talk to Betro. Harm attempting a tech skip there, not quite getting it. CJ grabbing the crystals at the back of Waterfall Cave, deciding that his next progression must be at Betro. And we'll see if that winds up paying off. I think Jaznix is going to be the first to actually check Betro. Yeah, and Jaznix getting his extra heart container slot from Colin. And I believe should have 30 crystals now. And Muzu saying CJ probably also has 30. CJ is actually fully advancing the Beatrice quest at this point. So we'll see if that pays off, because if Beatrice does have something important and he gets it early, then that might wind up being huge and give CJ a huge advantage. But if it's just a trash item on Beatrice, then he will have wasted all that time. Yeah. Okay, so that is a slingshot on Betro, which doesn't really do much for us when we have the bow already. In fact, as far as logic, like I don't think it. I think it literally does nothing for us. And then we can see what's on Curse Metal. More gratitude crystals. Oh, Betro is so funny sometimes. And yeah, Arma missing that gratitude crystal the first time. It's a little bit tricky, and the fact that he's auto-targeting onto the log there isn't helping, but he does manage to get it. Yeah, that is true. Like, Betro just happening to have all these gratitude crystals and just giving them to us. Yeah, it's very bizarre. He's just giving us gratitude crystals to give back to him. So yeah, Battle Cat's also gonna get his slingshot and kind of slight disappointment. Zeldex, I guess if you want to think about it that way, yeah, there's like 5 less crystals out in the world. I don't know if I have fully constructed my head canon as far as what it means for Betro to already have these crystals. So Jasnix is finally headed down to Farron, so he's the first of our runners on Restream to do that. And yeah, so now, because our runners all have the harp at this point, they're all going to be forced into the harp tutorial as soon as they enter Sealed Temple. And they're going to be required to do this anyways to raise the gate of time. It's just that this cutscene autoplays the first time you go through the Sealed Temple. So Jasnix has to play the harp for a bit. For those who have watched any percent speedruns like that, well, everything up to that point is done back in time, and Beatrice has the ancient sea chart. That is absolutely required this seed in order to get into Sandship. So Beatrice required this seed. So I believe, and CJ is the only one who has actually checked that. So Battle Cat's following behind in Jasnix's footsteps, and also whip on the Ballad of the Goddess check. So we have all 3 of the items that are needed for Sandship. I guess the only thing that we don't have is claw shots to actually get into the Sand Sea itself and the Amber Tablet. So I guess there's 2 more missing. And also the Goddess Longsword in the chest in the Seal Temple. That also opens an item in the Thunderhead, but I don't think our runners will return there until they either have the Goddess White Sword to check both items, or they run out of other checks. Jasnix is going to most likely be attempting a trick called Log Jump, and then he decides to make a liar out of me and just push the log all the way anyways. Yep, High got debated there. So yeah, Jasnix is going to be doing the rather slow slingshot check. It's unfortunately it has a lot of text, and so, but it's one of the few checks that's open in Farron right now. And did you see Sword on Betrow 40, or are you just making a speculation? Oh, okay. So it was. So I guess I missed. I presume it was CJ checking Betrow 40 and getting one of the other sword upgrades. So we know where Goddess Whitesword is. CJ will probably be the first runner to have Goddess Whitesword. Arm finally turning in the Beetle's Beetle. Okay, I didn't quite see what was on the Heart Piece Legend Farron, but I guess we'll see if Jasnix heads a bit closer to see what it is. Yeah, so Battle Cat's also not going for a log jump. I am disappointed. Now, one important thing in the rando is that we have, as you probably noticed, we have instant text, which speeds things up significantly and is like the best, besides maybe the fast Loftwing speed, is the best quality of life change that they made in rando. Jasnix heading up to the Heart Piece Ledge, so presumably there's something important on it. Can't quite tell. Is that the Amber Tablet? Nope, it's Din's Power, not too important. So we will not be seeing the Elden Trial today, which our runners will be very happy with. Chat might be less happy about it. So I guess CJ is heading back into the Thunderhead and is going to be checking the... Actually, is this his first time in the Thunderhead? Yeah, this is CJ's first time in the Thunderhead, so he'll be able to check one more chest than the other runners were able to. And unfortunately, CJ missing the ledge with the chest on it, so he's going to have to retry because he does not have digging mitts. Jasnix is rescuing Lopsa. Bowcats is in the Machi chase. Arm is doing some checks on Skyloft. CJ getting his Emerald Tablet. Yes, Jasnix rescuing Jasnix. Because, yeah, Jasnix just likes to, or I believe his profile pic is Lopsa. And he is not pushing the log down after Lopsa, which is, in my opinion, a mistake. Because you might have to come back for Owling Crystals, and if the log's already down, you can just then you can get back there much more quickly, and more importantly, you don't need bombs. So CJ getting his maybe required fire shield earrings. And more gratitude crystals. I bet CJ's not sick of getting gratitude crystals at all yet. Or getting basically nothing but gratitude crystals. I guess, does that put him at 45 or 50? So Jasnick's doing cube warp to be able to skip a lot of deep woods, and now is going to be checking the one chest in deep woods. That is a bottle. So combined with fire shield earrings, and eventually if our runners get bomb bag, that will open up a check in Volcano Summit, which has been relatively notorious in the seeding races thus far for having very important items. So yeah, Jasnick's doing an intentional death warp to get back to the start of Deep Woods quickly. And checking the viewing platform statue in case he has to come back there later. Checking statues is actually a really important part of being efficient at rando. Being able to return to like a specific place if you find an item that lets you progress in that location. So CJ finally entering Farron again. Harm having some issues with the chest that has the emerald tablet, or getting to it. It's actually kind like getting to landing there precisely is difficult with the increased loftwing speed. You can land on top and then just hang on the ledge and jump down and re-grab, and that basically almost always works, and Harm finally gets it. And Jasnick's finished rescuing Kikwis. Gonna grab some mushroom spores so that he can rescue Oriel. That's actually like really good forward thinking from him, because that's probably the very next thing he's gonna do. And it avoids him having to make a trip to Volcanic Island to get mushroom spores. Arm having a little bit of trouble with his sword calibration. Jasnick's going to do the Lake Floria check before talking to the Kikwi Elder, or did I miss him talking to the Kikwi Elder? Oh, okay, so he got a pouch upgrade there. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all 4 runners at once. Doing solo comms. So CJ, the first of our runners with Goddess White Sword. I'm betting he wished he waited on his Thunderhead trip, but that's a check he's going to be isolating most likely, just because it's not really efficient to go back there. And I look away from Jasnick's And I missed what he got in the Lake Floria chest, which is sequence broken because he doesn't have the scale. Okay, it was another bottle. So I think we're back in a similar situation with our runners kind of just mostly following in Jaznix's footsteps. So again, Jaznix's probably going to be the first to give us new information. So yeah, rescuing Oriel nets him the claw shots. So that opens up 2 checks on Skyloft, 1 in Farron. But it's also one of the requirements for being able to get to Sandship. So yeah, so it opens up Zelda's closet. It opens up the baby's rattle. That's you can dive down to from the upper part of the waterfall, which is probably the first thing that Jaznix is going to check. And it also opens up the Great Tree Chest. The Great Tree Chest also being another notorious check thus far in these seeding races, has had very important items on it in a couple of races. Okay, so yeah, Average Link guessing that Amber Tablet's going to be in Zelda's closet. I don't think Jaznix has checked Paro Crystals yet. So Baby's Rattle, another part of the Song of the Hero. So we found 2, I believe. Okay, Jaznix is going to advance Beatrice, I think. That's the only reason he would sleep till morning there. Which he does need to do. So... Actually, like, CJ... Although Jaznix kind of has a bit of an edge on, like, as far as, like, actually having gotten progression items, CJ has the edge of already having the C chart. So now Jaznix can... So he's getting the bow, which we already knew about, but he's also going to get another item. And the bomb bag! So that opens up progressing a little bit further in Elden. That's going to allow him to check one of the Volcano Summit... Actually, he can check both Volcano Summit items now. He can also check 2 more items in Farron that are locked behind breakable walls. And, yeah. Battle Cat's not that far behind. Like, the Oriel quest paid dividends today. Jaznix accidentally talking to the stamina potion, which in Randomizer only becomes available after beating LMF, which we kind of did because that's kind of when the vanilla game opens up stamina potions. And stamina potions do kind of break Lanayru a lot, and we decided we really didn't want to enable that. I don't know if I've ever seen Fledged Crystals be important on like anything that wasn't an all sanity seed. So certainly not these settings, but that's because also like at this point, like we basically can check. We can basically just check off that check because there's no way it will have anything required for Sandship. I guess the only thing that it could possibly be is a sword. But that's a really slow check to get a sword from. And you're also guaranteed there's at least one more, and so you'd have to be really unlucky for Fledge Crystals to be your required third sword. So Jasnix is going to take his bombs back to Eldin to check Volcano Summit, and also there's one chest near the Volcano Ascent statue that he can check. So CJ pulled out a bottle, so he is also thinking about the Boreal check, which is really important. Jasnix accidentally taking a dip into the lava. I don't think that's what he meant to do there. And the chest at Volcano Ascent is vanilla. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. They should. Yeah, you should put that in rando suggestions. Also, I forgot about one other important thing. Is that we can also get a Spirit's Crystal Ball, and that could have an item on it. I should say will have an item, could have an important item on it. So Battle Cats is prepping for Owling Crystals. Owling Crystal is also another notorious check for the seeding races thus far. It only opens up after you check the slingshot check, because when you do it, it changes the layer to the post Tadtones layer, so it's really important. So the game basically only allows you to do that once you've actually checked what the slingshot is, so that you don't soft lock yourself. And another big 20 for Jasnix. Oh yeah, I guess, yeah, the other check he can't do because he doesn't have magma mitts. So now Jasnix should be heading over to the temple entrance to check the Spirit, to collect this crystal ball to give to Spirit to see what Spirit's item is. So Jaznix is going to be timing a bomb throw here to hit this tower from reverse and gets it first try. And he's now going to claw shot his way up so that he can retrieve the crystal ball that's above the Earth Temple. So Jaznix is going to return to Skyloft to check that. Looks like Harm's stream may have gone down. But like according to the race time, he is still in, so presumably just having an internet hiccup. So CJ about to get his bomb bag. And Jaznix gets complete garbage from Spirit. So I'm guessing the next place Jaznix goes is probably back to Farron. Either that or Thunderhead. So yeah, now here's where, assuming Jaznix talked to Alan, here's where he's gonna lose a little bit of time to not having pushed the log down earlier, because he's gonna have to go over to the platform where the Elder was. He's gonna have to blow open the tunnel because that tunnel got closed off, and then yeah, and then be able to talk to Ulo. And chest number 1 is not useful. And there's 5 more gratitude crystals, so I'm pretty sure we have 50 accounted for, which is, in these settings, progression can only appear on Betrothed rewards up to 50. Now Jaznix is going to be checking the Great Tree chest. And at the Great Tree Chest, we have the Spiral Charge, which is going to open up 2 checks in the sky that are on breakable boulders, as well as Levias. So at this point, I would say that Jasnix has a slight lead, with the caveat that I don't think he has C-Chart yet, but I believe he has the Beatrice quest close to completion. So if he doesn't have the C-Chart already, so Jasnix checking Spiral Charge Chest 1. And there's the Amber Tablet on the one behind the Lumpy Pumpkin. So at this point, Jasnix has everything he needs to be able to do Sandship. However, I don't know. Actually, I think like Sandship might be a decent play, but at the same time, there are a lot of time-consuming checks in Sandship. So it would be really nice to be able to go to Sandship in Go mode. And right, Jasnix still has to get the C-Chart. And I don't think Jasnix wound up getting Ulo either, so won't be able to check Howling Crystals. And looks like Jasnix is going to head right into Lanayru, just searching for where the pillar loading zone is, because as soon as you get the tablet, the loading zone appears, but the pillar doesn't visually appear. And CJ taking a bit of an unfortunate death. Yeah. So we'll see what Jasnix decides to do here. He could go through Mine Lanayru Desert, or he could go to Sand Sea. Like, he has almost everything in Lanayru available to him, except for the few things that are Hook Beetle locked. Yep, Great Tree was required once again. I mean, I have bad memories of Great Tree being required. So Jasnik's choosing to go through mines, which means he's probably going to clear everything he can in desert. And maybe hope he finds Hook Beetle along the way, which should give him access to LMF. Because Hook Beetle is the only thing he's missing to be able to full clear LMF. So Harm in Deepwood, CJ is looking to leave Farron. Battle Cat's entering Lanayru. Jasnik's slashing up the minecart. Yeah, the C chart is certainly a huge advantage that CJ has right now in this seed. And we'll also see what happens to be on Owling Crystals too. So get ready to see a bunch of break sliding from Jasnik's as he goes through mines. So there's going to be a check behind this wall basket thing. And just a big 20. Jasnik's doing one of the first of many break slides. Actually, I think he did an unbuffered one earlier. And CJ got what looks to be a required song, but I didn't catch which one it was. Or potentially required, I should say. So it's guaranteed to oh, it said not too important. Okay. The text looked to me like maybe I only saw it for like a split second because I was watching Jasnik's at the same time. So is Nehru's Wisdom. Jasnik's not really finding anything useful in mines, but is I think double checking that he blew up the boulder that's blocking the minecart path. CJ landing in viewing platform again, but then leaves immediately. Not sure what that was about. Huh. Oh, did someone use glittering spores for Oriel? Because I also did not know that glittering spores worked. I mean, it vaguely makes sense. Yep, Muzu. Flawless logic right there. So... Jasnik's trying to climb the, box there. Like, you can, at a precise angle, climb onto that box, and, Jasnik's getting it and gonna go that way to open the chest, which I'm not convinced is faster, but he gets digging mitts. And so that opens up a bunch of stuff back on Eldon, which I'm not sure is what Jasnik's quite wanted to see. CJ talking to Dodo before heading into Lanayru. Gonna be important so that he can just go ahead and get the party wheel right away on his first trip. So Jasnix didn't have 50 crystals before. Now he definitely has 50 crystals. I don't know if anyone's seen Betro 50 yet. So now here will be the interesting decision for CJ. He might head right to Sandsea, and we'll see whether that winds up being the right call or not. It's a call that could very well decide the race, to be honest. And yep, CJ, or not CJ, Jasnik's finding the Hylian shield and the hook beetle in the fire node. So at this point, Jasnix is going to want to go back and finish the rest of this node. Unfortunately, he didn't push down the shortcut block, so he has to deactivate the time shift stone and reactivate it. But so Jasnix is a C chart and a sword away from go mode, I believe. And CJ, unfortunately, is not going to find his go mode in Sandsea. The best he can really hope for at this point is that he finds both swords in, like, Pirate Sport Stronghold or something. Like, somewhere that Jasnix is going to take forever to go look for them. I also missed caves. Hopefully somebody saw. And CJ is making the decision to head right to Sandship. Like, I honestly don't think that's a bad decision. Harm, unfortunately, missing the bird's nest has to go all the way back up. But CJ, the first of our runners to enter a dungeon. And with the bow, he's going to be able to, like, go right into the mass sequence. Wait, do we know where a third sword is, Muzu? Because I know we found 2. Okay, so we do only know about 2. Jasnik's getting something from the secret passage chest. I did not see what. So Battlecats is falling behind in Jasnik's footsteps. Also getting his hook beetle. Okay, gold rupee. CJ, okay, I got really nervous for CJ there when he did the final blow on the Bokoblin there, that he was going to, after the fatal blow, yeet himself off the mast, but fortunately he did not do so. Wait, did CJ actually hit the switch on the time shift stone? He did not. He has to go back and actually like hit that, or he won't be able to hit the time shift stone. Jasnik's getting the chest and lightning node. Then is going to go to the back, and if he hasn't activated the power terminal, yeah, he's going to do that, and then he's going to deactivate the time shift stone from in that room, which is going to give him access to another chest. CJ, unfortunately, going for the swag jump slash there and missing it. So now has to grab that claw shot target. And now we know where our third sword is. So we are in what I like to call no mode. We know where every item that the runners need is. And it's like, apart from the seed shard, it's essentially on path. Also, I like how the sink sand becomes solid after you die. Now, there is one more sword out at large, so it's possible that CJ might find that other sword instead. But because he's going to have to activate all the nodes, chances are he's going to... Well, he's going to have to check that chest, and that will be CJ's go mode. Presuming he doesn't find a sword in Sandship. So CJ checking the map chest. And it's just a rare treasure. Unnecessarily opening up that gate. Unless his plan is to check the combo lock chest, which would be kind of weird. I don't like this routing. I would much prefer that he reactivate the time shift stone and then do the no bit routing here. I think CJ picking up one of his own missed arrows there. Jasnix has activated all 3 nodes and is about to head into LMF. And it's going to very quickly become the battle between Jasnix and CJ. Of when will CJ go to Fire Node versus when will Jasnix go to Beatrice? Yeah, and this is why I don't like the order that CJ did all this in, because he has to go through that sink sand twice. Beatrice has the C chart, and Jasnix is missing that. Map chest had nothing important. Arm finally getting his bomb bag. Battlecats is in lightning node. Jasnix has raised LMF and is about to enter probably, although he might have checked the chest on top first. Because yeah, Jasnix is still not in go mode. I mean, none of our runners are in go mode yet, so they are going to be checking everything. And just a quarter heart. So it looks like Jasnix is preparing to do an RBM with the fact that he's damaging himself. So I think what we're going to see from Jasnix is the pinwheel RBM to open up a gate in the hub room, which will make it easier for him to get to the boss key room. So yeah, Jasnix is going to hit reset right after he hits continue, and this is going to put him on the title screen in a glitched state where he can control Link and do all sorts of interesting things. What he's going to be doing is he's going to be heading into the academy, and he's going to be very careful not to advance off the splash screen here. So that's why he's going around on the he's opening the Wii Motion Plus tutorial menu, because that way he can press A without advancing onto file select, which would load a bunch of information from his file that would put the Academy into a state that would crash. Instead, he's going to load into the Academy in what would, in the vanilla playthrough, be an early game, like beginning of the game state. And he started his file on right as he cleared Fledge's last text box. And as soon as he whips this lever, that's going to cause the gate in the hub room to be erased. It's a technique we call reverse bit magic for various complicated reasons, but it's effectively taking some flag from the game from back in time and applying it onto his file. And in this case, he's applying a flag from Skyloft and causing something that is in the equivalent slot in memory in LMF to happen instead. So CJ, about to enter the most hype part of Sandship, which is Treasure Room. There are 5 chests here, and let's see what they are. Jasnick's getting a bottle, CJ getting a heart piece in chest number 1. Song of the Hero, you might need what it reveals, except we know that he won't, in chest number 2. Boss key in chest number 3. Red rupee in chest number 4. And a small key in chest number 5. So now, with that, CJ is just going to check what the item on the imprisoned robot is. Meanwhile, Jasnick's heading right into the west wing of LMF. He has a chest he can check in this room. CJ navigating through this really annoying crawl space in Sandship. Optimally, he would actually completely drain his stamina in that tunnel, because you actually still move at the same speed while your stamina's refilling. And he gets the map. So that means that if he's careful with his key usage, he might be able to skip the combo lock room. But he's going to want to check both the captain's cabin and Scarvo. Because at this point, I believe that the combo lock room has to be a small key. So, Jasnick's now in the LMF map room. So CJ is going to save before he opens this door. That way, if the bow chest has nothing useful on it, CJ can just reset and check the other one. CJ in the Scarvo fight, it's just repeatedly stabbing, basically. I don't think CJ has a sword, which makes this a little bit slower, but it's still a manageable fight. Jasnik's finding the map in its vanilla location in LMF. This last phase of the fight is really difficult to manage without a sword, or without a shield rather, and CJ unfortunately taking a death. He got really unfavorable patterns from Scarvo in that last phase. And like, yeah, it sucks, but like, yeah, he just unfortunately yeah, just didn't really get the best of patterns, and looks like Harm is having some nunchuck issues. Okay, I think he's fine now, because it looks like he wasn't able to move on the vines for a bit. So Jasnik's going through the second crawl space maze. Also choosing not to fully drain his stamina. I know Jasnix knows that. So it's interesting that Jasnix decided not to fully drain his stamina in the crawl space. CJ really struggling with Scarvo, which honestly surprises me a little bit, but it's without a shield, it's not the easiest fight in the world. And Jasnik's finding a sword in LMF. So Jasnik's deciding to take an intentional death. So I think his next plan is going to be to check the vanilla boss key room. Yeah, I guess that, yeah, Jasnik's never got Patrol 40. So at this point, he might even check Patrol before Beatrice, in which case he will have True Master Sword. Which would make for a very easy endgame. So CJ on his third attempt at Scarvo, so everyone in chat give CJ your energy so that he can get through this fight. Because we want to see all of our runners succeed. Okay, looks like, yep, CJ did successfully defeat Scarvo. And now we'll see if this was worth his time, which unfortunately, yeah. Actually, since we know where all the swords are now, there's virtually nothing that CJ is going to find that's going to be worth his time, unfortunately. Whereas once Jasnix goes to Sandship, Jasnix is going to be in go mode and is just going to not he's gonna find the squid carving and just head right to the boss. CJ is turning off the time shift stone too early. Now he's not going to be able to climb to the upper deck. CJ just realized this. So Jaznix has the nice, comfortable equipment set up for doing this room. He just realized he doesn't have enough bombs, though, but luckily there is a bomb refill in this room. There's actually 2 bomb refills, so he's completely fine. CJ in Captain's Cabin. We're going to hope that this room goes better for him than the Scarvo room did. Or the Scarvo fight, rather. Unfortunately, activating the time shift stone from somewhat close to that BMOS, but manages to control the situation well. Only takes 2 hearts, which all things considered not too bad compared to what can happen when you get chain stunned by a BMOS. So, Harm just checked the Great Tree Chest and is leaving Farron. CJ about to find out whether this was worth his time, which we know it's most likely not. But he's just going to take the extra bottle. The bottle is definitely way more useful than the seed satchel, so I think he's at least not terribly unhappy about the save scum. So now we hope that CJ recognizes that the combo lock chest has to be a small key and just heads right to the boss. And Jaznix still in the lengthy boss key room. This is a check that a lot of runners like to put off just because it's so slow. But Jaznix still hasn't found the boss key, so that is still at large. And even the small key is at large, and it could be in either of these chests. And the boss key in LMF is vanilla, which honestly is one of the worst places for the boss key in this dungeon, just because you saw how long it takes to do that check. And for that reason, runners will try to put that check off for as long as possible. So at this point, the small key has to either be in this boss shortcut chest, or looks like Jaznix... Okay, so Jaznix is going to save scum here, just because he's still looking for the C chart. So he's gonna get his small key, he's gonna check all the Gust Bellow checks, and then when he realizes that they're nothing, he's just gonna reset and he'll be right back there. CJ, meanwhile, is doing the escape to the Tentalis fight. So this is another kind of time-consuming room, although not nearly as time-consuming as the boss key room is. So there's also a chest in this room that most of you probably never bothered to get in your casual playthrough, or at least I don't remember ever opening the chest in this room in my casual playthrough. So yeah, if you climb this ladder, there's a lever that you can pull. And that opens bars on the other side of the room where there's a small chest. So Battle Cats is electing to do minecart trick here. So basically by doing a precise jump onto the minecart and then using the hook field to activate the time shift zone, you can kind of just ride the minecart the opposite way of how you're intended to. And this allows him to access the boss key room from the back. So Jaznik's managing to pull that lever without without getting attacked by the Beamos. Unfortunately, Jaznik's missed a cool strat there, where if you're standing at the very edge of the platform and then jump slash, you can avoid grabbing the next ledge. It's really difficult to do fast, though, because the amount of time it takes to line up on the ledge, if you're not super fast with it, winds up just making the whole trick not worth it. Unless you get it optimally. Okay, Jaznik's finding Water Dragon scale. That's actually unfortunate for Jaznik's because that is probably going to lead him to do Lake Floria checks that he doesn't need to do. Oh no, Battle Cats is out of bombs. So he's gonna need to restock or just slash it. Although he has the bow, so he can actually just snipe that time shift stone from over here. So that may be his play. Yeah, we can only hope that if he thinks about anything with that Water Dragon scale, he thinks about the shed chest, because that will at least put him in the right direction for where he needs to go next, which is Beatrice. So CJ is done with Sandship, and now we'll see what he decides to do, because unfortunately it looks like he is going to go for the full Sand Sea clear, which makes perfect sense from his perspective. Because he's just going for item density. He's already here in Sand Sea, so why not just clear everything out? Unfortunately, this is 7 checks that are going to have absolutely nothing. Jasnix, on the other hand, has a lot open to him, and we can only hope that he makes the trek back to Skyloft, where he will find his go mode, which will be the C chart on Beatrice. And honestly, I mean, he's completed almost all of the Beatrice quests, so... At this rate, he just needs to actually find the C chart. Valcat's about to get his boss key. And we'll see what Battlecats decides to do. Like, Battlecats is in a position where he might not check the front of LMF because he doesn't really have a convenient way to do that and get back unless he did do the pinwheel RBM and I just didn't see. Interesting that Battlecats decided to go this way. So CJ is climbing Skipper's retreat. He's taking out these Phoenixes who can be really annoying. So it looks like Harm might not be as comfortable with brake sliding because Harm is actually knocking down all of these platforms. Which is fine, just a little bit slower. Brake sliding speeds up this section significantly. Not that like this is in any way fast, but it's... But yeah, if you're not comfortable with brake sliding, it does kind of make this even slower. So Jasnix is heading into Thunderhead, which luckily he is not coming here with the pumpkin soup, so he's not going to be baited into doing Levias just yet, and probably will put it off and not wind up ever doing it. So yeah, CJ making it to the top of Skipper's retreat. Gonna check the C chart chest. And we know that basically everything that CJ finds here is gonna be not required. So yeah, Battlecats is, I presume, skip to the front chest because he's on the second phase of his Moldarok fight. Almost gets the second phase skip, but unfortunately, on I think the very last stab, Moldarok buried himself in the sand, and but otherwise a really well done Moldarok fight from Battlecats. I don't know, I think this is a pretty reasonable seed. And Jasnik's getting his true Master Sword. Like, in fact, Jasnix is probably the only runner to get true Master Sword. Also, probably the only runner to get Gratitude Crystal Dowsing. Well, no, I think maybe the other runners got his White Sword and would have gotten Gratitude Crystal Dowsing. Yeah, I feel like if Jasnix is already on Skyloft, I feel like he full clears everything that he can here, which would include Beatrice. So we just have to hope he doesn't forget about Beatrice. Okay. I was scared that Jasnix was about to die there. His health situation was or his air situation there was a little bit on the Monka-S side. So Jasnik's heading into Beatrice's house. He's going to be kicking himself for not doing this earlier, but such is Rando. CJ getting the nice jump slash strats in the first room of Pirate Stronghold. Pirate Stronghold is like a really cool area of the game with a lot of really cool strats in it that you just don't ever get to see in a speedrun because it's skipped in like everything that uses back in time. So Jasnix is finishing out the quest. Decides to get some bottles, and then I guess he decides he wants his extra quiver, which, because he needs to do Sandship, having the like extra 5 arrows is actually like pretty useful, to be honest. Oh no, Jasnix buying stamina potions. But he knows he's not going to need them, so we'll probably be seeing some memeing around with the stamina potions and like Horde or something. Once he's in go mode as soon as he finishes talking to Beatrice. So CJ is going to be able to run past all these enemies as long as he times it properly. And also doing the insta drop of the time shift orb by pulling out the whip. I mean, I think CJ like made what with the information he had. I think CJ made the right play. It's just really unfortunate that the other items, or that the items all were in desert instead. So Jasnix is now in go mode at 2 hours 2 minutes and like 15 seconds. Now Jasnix just needs to land back in Lanayru and just rush Sandship. So CJ is death warping back to the beginning of the area. I know Gymnast has said he thinks that if you have Gust Bellows, it might be faster to just kill the Armos. But I feel like you have to be really efficient at the end of Pirate Stronghold for that to be faster than Death Warping. And or you'd have to have a lot of health to burn. But Gymnast is also at a completely different level at this game, so things that are optimal for Gymnast might not necessarily be optimal for the rest of us. And yeah, Zeldix, that's the other side of it, is maybe it's slower. Maybe for other runners, the thought process is it's slower, but I get to keep all my health. So Harm also, unfortunately, looks like he's making the wrong play into doing Sandship first. Actually, wait, does he have Sea Chart? I guess I haven't been paying a lot of attention because I know he's been to Desert, so... But he only has White Sword, so... Yeah, making, unfortunately, the wrong play here. Jasnix, on the other hand, just gets his key and is just gonna yeet himself over to Sandship as quickly as he possibly can. Oh no. Battle Cats in Elden. Battle Cat's making absolutely the wrong play here. And I think like all that Battle Cats needs is that Sea Chart. And he's looking in all the wrong places for it now. Like, and it's like, his decision to go here isn't unreasonable. He's going based off item density, and like he has the digging mitts, he's chasing those. There's tons of checks that he has open to him now in Elden, but he, unfortunately for this seed, that's just the wrong call. Or he's just not going to get rewarded for it. Like, in terms of what he knows, it's the right call, but in terms of this specific seed, he is not going to get rewarded. And yeah, that is true. It's like, at this point also, like, when you have Beatrice this close to completion, I mean, I guess I don't know quite how... I wasn't tracking how far he is in the Beatrice quest, but the further you are into the Beatrice quest, the more and more you should just go ahead and finish it. CJ, unfortunately, crushing himself under a minecart, but he is at least heading in the correct direction. So CJ actually, like, he has to do a bunch of slow checks, but he is going to enter LMF in go mode, as long as he keeps just going forward in Lanayru. So yeah, as you kind of, yeah. So we're watching. Yeah, Jaznix is doing the doing the mass sequence. And CJ is finishing off mines. Harm is doing Sandship. Battle Cats is going into Volcano Summit, it looks like. Bold moved to go into Volcano Summit with his wooden shield on. This may end badly. But yeah. Oh, is Jasnix out of arrows? That is quite unfortunate. But he manages to stun the stun the Bokoblin. And does the side hop strat to get down to the heart piece chest, which, yeah, like, and yeah, that is a key piece, which is always funny when you see key pieces in a seed with Earth Temple not required. Yeah. CJ is going to retrieve the party wheel, which is going to turn out to be unnecessary. Jaznix now entering the main part of Sandship, so he is going to kind of do pretty much the same route that CJ did, except for the fact that as soon as he finds that boss key, he might open up the other couple chests in that room, but then he's just gonna head right to the boss room from there. CJ slowly but surely working his way towards the fire node. Jaznix also going via the sink sand to hit this switch, which I guess it's running across the sink sand versus twice versus hitting the time shift stone a couple of extra times, but I feel like path length wise, it's better to just reactivate this time shift stone immediately and then just do the whole generator sequence the same way you do in No Back in Time, which is to do that room after you turn off the power here. I guess the one thing is this allows you to sequence this generator first. So actually, maybe there is some logic to doing it that way. I guess I didn't think about that. Yeah, but you have to raise and lower the boat regardless, because you need to be able to get into the second generator room. And the only way that you can do that, unless there's like some RBM that you're probably not going to invest time into, is to raise and lower the lifeboat. Okay, so CJ, he is being smart in checking that one chest near the fire node before going into the fire node, thinking, well, if that chest happens to be my hook beetle, then I can clear all of it. He is fortunately going into fire node, so he's going to get his hook beetle mid fire node. I know CJ is like very meticulous about pushing that shortcut block down, so he probably will not have the same situation as Jaznix of having to deactivate and reactivate the time shift stone. So Jaznix almost done activating the generators. Oh, Jaznix forgot to lower the lifeboat. That is super unfortunate. I mean, I think if he already hit the switch, he can just he could just climb up and then deactivate the time shift stone and go down via the windows there, but it is unfortunate when you forget to do that. Yeah, and unfortunately in these rando races, you can't just rely on chat to remind you to hit the lifeboat, because these runners are not allowed to look at their chat during the race. So we'll see CJ's reaction to that hook beetle. Apparently it's to bonk the wall. Jazzix making his way through the engine room. And CJ now with his hook beetle is going to be activating this power node. And now Jaznix has the squid carving. He has no interest in those other two chests and is just going to leave them behind. And is just going to just go back the way he came. Which makes sense. He wants to preserve his health for the boss fight. But yeah, I mean, this has been like a really interesting race where like the difference kind of came down to like Jaznix finding Hook Beetle first and CJ having C chart first, and it just kind of worked out to favor Jaznix. Harm, unfortunately, taking a death in the pirate stronghold. And even more unfortunately, Battle Cat's now doing Silent Realms, looking for his C chart. And we can see if Harm gets the harp cancel at least, which he does not. So not only is he not going to get his C chart here, but he's also has to spend time watching this cutscene. And I mean, like, it's not an indefensible play. Like, he's just kind of wants to, like, he's just looking to clear the surface areas, and this is a check that he has remaining. Not sure if he has anything else other than the Silent Realm there, but yeah, it's just unfortunate that he's just right now everywhere that Battle Cats is going just happens to be the wrong place. Yeah, Harm unfortunately taking another death. It's unfortunate that Harm is also not looks to be unfamiliar with the strats for this area. And so it is fighting the enemies, which I think like Harm's been having a lot of calibration issues this whole race, so that has not been going well for him. Meanwhile, Jaznix is fighting Tantalus. So, and CJ is in the lightning node. Manages to hit the time shift stone as he gets attacked by an Ampulus. Okay, CJ, not that much pinballing, getting that Ampulus egg into the power generator. Gonna check these chests in the front first. Unfortunately, these BMOs just have a ton of range. Jaznix avoids getting barrel dwarfed, although he has enough health that it wouldn't really matter. Harm finally takes out that BMOS, so he can proceed. Now we hope that CJ is going to get this last chest, which if I remember right is the sword upgrade that will put CJ into go mode. And as CJ enters go mode, Jaznix defeats Tantalus. Wow. With that much health, wow, CJ just like not waiting out the invincibility frames, trying to damage down. Also, the platform room that Harm is in is deceptively difficult. So yeah, Jasnik's now leaving Sandsea and is gonna head right to Farron to to defeat Imp to open the Gate of Time and then just beat the game. Yeah. Yeah, I'll admit I am paying much more attention to CJ and Jasnik's at the moment. So I also missed what was on the Silent Realm. Yeah, and it looks like Harm also is unfamiliar with the strats for getting past these Babas. So taking them out with Skyward Strikes, which is a viable strat, just a little bit slow. Yeah, so yeah. And unfortunately, Harm taking another death, but has made it like pretty far in, so should just be able to finish out that section. I mean, this is Pirate Stronghold is a really tough area. Also, Jasnik's having no other use for it is just going to use the stamina potions he was intending to give to Fledge. So CJ is finally in LMF. So Jasnix gets the first jump slash on the imprisoned. And Jasnix with a really, really solid Imp 2 fight. Like, Imp 2 is the hardest fight to optimize, hardest boss fight to optimize in this game. And Jasnix did it close to perfectly. Which is his no-bit practice paying off. Okay, Harm through probably the hardest part of Pirate Stronghold. I think as long as he pays attention, he should be fine for the rest of it. because he doesn't actually need to defeat the Armos. Harm is going to find out the hard way that that doesn't work. He needs to leave the time shift orb outside this little area in order to be able to get out. Jazdik's showing off this with his stamina potion. He's able to just go like a billion rolls in a row. Like, stamina potions are something you would never have in a speed run, but it just so happened. But just because he happened to buy them for Fledge and then he wound up not needing to actually give them the Fledge, he just has them, but presumably wanted to put like a fairy in the bottle. So actually, I don't know if he even has a fairy, got a fairy, but just getting another stamina potion. Yeah, and like now Jazdik's gonna use stamina with reckless abandon in the board fight. And yeah, looks like Battle Cats decided not to finish out Beatrice and instead is gonna check up all of Sandship, which, I mean, I can't say I blame him because it's like, it's 7 checks versus 1. But it's just, he's missing out on his C chart. Like, it kind of looked hopeful that he was going to finish out Beatrice, and then he didn't. And, oh no, Jazdik's missed Horde skip. And to make matters worse, he didn't actually defeat all 3 of the Moblins, so that is unfortunate. Now he's gonna have to do the blue Boko phase on 4 hearts, which, if you know the strats, isn't too bad, but at the same time, the blue Boko phase is not something that runners will tend to practice all that much, because ideally you never do this phase. Looks like he was also maybe having a bit of a calibration issue. He does manage to knock the blue Boko over the edge though, so now so that phase turned out to not really be a problem. So Harm, interestingly enough, is going to get his sword, his master sword from Betro. Oh yeah, and now it makes more sense why Battle Cats decided to do the Baron trial, because the song was on Betro 50. So Jazdik's through Horde, with only 2 hearts to spare, but 2 hearts is enough. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes on G2 or sorry, on G3 or Demise, this should be good. Taunting Girahim with the harp. And his stamina potion is starting to run out. Now Jasnix is back to a normal stamina meter. Yeah, I mean, we certainly hope that Jasnix does not die on G3, but even if he does, his lead is at least against the other restreamed runners is extremely secure. And unfortunately, Harm is making the same mistake that Battle Cat's made and is chasing the Farron trial. I mean, I can't call it a wrong decision. It's just, again, a decision that is not going to pay off this seed. And Jasnix is done with Girahim. And CJ with his true Master Sword now. Actually, I think like all of our runners are going to wind up with true Master Sword, which is actually not all that common. And Jasnix with the flawless first phase of Demise, as CJ is heading towards the boss door. Backflip, spin attack, knock Demise over once, get the lightning. And GG Jasnix finishing in first place with an official race time GG time of 2 hours, 35 minutes, and 35 seconds. And finishing in first place, not just on the restream, but overall in the race. So CJ, meanwhile, is trying to do the minecart jump. Not quite lining it up correctly. Got it there. I think he's... Yeah, if you land on the leftmost corner for some reason, like, you will slide off if you try to pull out the beetle. There's another part of it where you can stand and then you're able to pull out the beetle. Looks like he had it for a second. This is kind of unfortunate that he's spending this much time on it. And looks like he finally got it. And sounds like Jasnix has joined us.
I have arrived.
So GG. So what were your thoughts on that seed?
It was interesting. It's one of the seeds that I think had one of the largest differences between the first and second hour. The first hour, for me at least, was nothing. I believe the only main progression items I got were Gust Bellows and Battle of the Goddess. And then everything else, after like the second hour, I just got everything. Everything just started falling in place, and then I kind of just went from place to place. Like, I got Hook Beetle and Fire Node, which meant I could just go immediately to LMF, which then I had a sword, which meant I was gonna just have C chart to go mode. And then I just randomly, I was like checking stuff on Skyloft, and I got C chart, and I was like, okay, go mode time. So it was
Yeah.
it was definitely interesting.
Yeah, and it was interesting watching like between you and CJ, because CJ got the C chart really early, and then he went to Sandship really early, so that meant he full cleared
Oh,
Sandship, but he didn't have any of the items from like Lanayru Desert, so he was still like no Hook Beetle on Goddess White Sword. And then after Sandship, he then made the mistake, or I guess incorrect call for this seed of going and clearing the rest of Sandsea before he
yeah.
went to Desert. And then
Sandsea was worthless.
the other runners wound up like going into Eldin, doing Silent Realm.
Yeah, I see Harm. He's in Fair and Silent Realm. I got Silent Realm. I think it was like Patro, or something. I got like after LMF. So I was debating on going to the Silent Realm, but I ended up finishing stuff on Skyloft. So I was close to actually going to Fair, and that was the next thing I was about to do after Skyloft. After I finished like Patrice and like Patro checks.
Yeah.
Also, can I give a quick shout out to stamina potions?
Yeah, I noticed that. It was like when you bought the stamina potions, and I really hope he doesn't go to Fledge before checking Beatrice.
Yeah, I bought those. I thought that was gonna be smart since I was doing Beatrice anyway, so I bought those and then I never used them.
Well, no, you put them to great use in Imp 2 and Horde.
It's true, yeah.
You could change so
Horde
many
fight-
roles together.
That Horde fight was amazing. That was probably the most fun Horde I've ever had, where I could just roll. I could just never stop rolling.
Yeah. Other than like that, you barely missed Horde skip, which was unfortunate.
Yeah, I have a setup for it, but the reason I missed it was because I didn't get the full roll into the trigger. Like, the setup I have for it only really works if you get a maximum length roll into the trigger, and I only got like halfway, which just didn't really work. But Horde skips just kind of finicky, but it seems that was okay. Honestly, I probably didn't lose as much time since I had the stamina potion there, and I could kind of just run through everything.
Yeah.
I see. See, it looks like everyone else. CJ, he's in go mode, correct? Or is he?
Yes.
What's he looking for? He's in go mode. Got it.
CJ is in go mode.
So yeah, it looks like. I think this seed ended up being. I got a little lucky towards the middle, like getting everything I needed so quickly, and then getting Hook Beetle really fast. Like being able to do LMF and then almost immediately Sandship afterwards was really nice. LMF route was interesting. Oh, I remember I got like Water Dragon Scale. I only used it like once and it was useless.
Yeah, I was worried too when you found the Water Dragon Scale that you were gonna go chase that.
And I was. I definitely was. Again, that was another thing I was gonna check immediately since Fair and Trial opened up. That was gonna be another immediate check. Also, I didn't see. What did Harm get from the Fair and Silent Realm?
To be honest, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention. Maybe
didn't
one
see.
of our trackers paid gratitude crystals.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, there were like a lot, like I think a lot of gratitude crystals early, although maybe not until like you had gotten the stuff from Betro 30, but then these gratitude crystals just kind of showed up everywhere.
Yeah, there was a lot of crystals at sea, but they ended up kind of being useless. Besides this one sword upgrade. Also, I got TMS. This is like the first time I got in TMS in Rando for a while.
Yeah, TMS like doesn't tend to show up all that often. Like, especially in a seed where, like, especially when you're actually, like, in go mode.
Yeah. I'm looking at the trackers. It seems so. Harm hasn't done a dungeon yet. So Battle Cats he was where I was at. Oh my god, Scrapper. He was where I was at with the LMF early, or he did LMF first, but then that ended up not working out because, or he still needs to find C chart, so that's where he's struggling, or at least I believe.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess. What did? Yeah, I don't think that was an intentional death on CJ's side.
Where did he respawn?
But, oh no, maybe it was actually.
I did an intentional death. I saved, like, I did LMF kind of backwards, where I did the west hallway first, then I looped around. I did the windmill RBM. I did the west hallway, got the other 2 chests in the sand rooms, death warped, did boss key room, saved at the statue, did the other check, which led to the small key, then did the easter rooms, then death warped back, so I was right next to Moldarak.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I think that was really good routing. Unfortunately, Battle Cats is doing Levias.
Ooh.
That is a huge time sink.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Levi's is gonna have anything.
Well, we know where basically everything
That's true.
useful is.
It's not. I can't even be Sonic the Hero anymore.
Yeah, because like even
Okay.
yeah, I think you wound up with 4 bottles. Because I think I saw like when you were at Beatrice rearranging your inventory.
Yeah, I ended up with 4 bottles. Unless I don't think I got one in Sandship. But I
Yeah,
do
no.
know I got 4 bottles in my tracker, so.
CJ with a nice second base skip on Moldarak.
Yeah. He's gonna. So I think Seed is coming in second. Is Floha also in go mode? It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it according to his tracker.
So CJ and Floha are gonna be ended up close to each other. Harm is still really out of the way. I don't know. He's looking for C chart. What else is he looking for? Oh, he's still looking for Hook Beetle. That's it. Well, he's not gonna find anything else, I think. Oh yeah, I also just realized Eldon was so barren this seed.
Yeah, and yeah, it really was.
I checked the magma. I checked the volcano summit check, like the one you could get with claw shots, but that was useless. It was 20 rupees. So yeah, and since I beat the seed, I had almost every item. Nothing's gonna be in the digging spots I expect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Battle Cats checked all the dig spots. And yeah, nothing. I mean, there's not really much that could be there.
Yeah. Let's see what Levias leads to. Oh, also, I want to give a quick shout out to the tumbleweed. It was Rena's crystals, which was like, it was in like 5-minute tumbleweed. So that's might be a new tumbleweed world record.
Yeah. Almost certainly. Like, I think the only way it's faster is if it's like on Fledge.
Yeah, I've never seen an on-fledge one. Yeah, tumbleweed %. The run is fortunately verified now since everyone has gotten the tumbleweed. Man, imagine how it must feel to save a child from betrayal and then get a tumbleweed in return.
Okay, CJ done with LMF gets a nice refill, or health refill before the endgame bosses.
Oh, I didn't see Battle Cats Levias, but I literally just missed it. It's probably gratitude crystals though. Heart piece. Oh, I see. Also, vanilla dungeon map. Yeah, LMF could have been so much faster, but like the east and west hallways were completely useless this seed. But no one really wanted to leave immediately. Like the only other thing you could have gotten is a sword, but I don't think anyone really wanted to get a sword. I mean, no one like unless you got Patrol 50, which I think most people probably would have gone. Yeah, everyone has 50 crystals, so everyone could just go get Patrol 50 and then kind of skip the sword. So, assuming this was like a spoiler log, this would be a good way to skip it. But so I don't think spoiler log would do Patrol 50.
Yeah.
CJ finishing up. He's gonna be doing In Prison 2. So. Ooh. Alright, Battlecats, he's doing Beatrice now, which means he's probably gonna get second place. I mean third place. He's gonna probably be ahead of Harm by a bit. Is he? Yeah, he's not missing anything either.
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys gotta remind me, I need to go buy Oriel and Pero a car. They were bow, claw shots, and bomb bath.
Yeah, that quest was just so unreasonably stacked. It was so funny, just like how stacked they were.
In my head, I was thinking like, where like there's like no checks. I need these Oriel is gonna have to have like like Amber tablet. Otherwise, it's just I don't know. But and then they just gave me everything else I needed. And then of course I think Spiral Charge was that one check in Great Tree, I believe. But Spiral Charge was then required for Amber Tablet, which then led to yeah, it led to Amber Tablet, and then that just led to being able to finish the seed. I think I maxed Farron out besides Floria and the seed. I did Slingshot check, which was kind of slow. CJ didn't get the chopping down the hand strats where if you do the hands in the correct way, you could get an early vent cycle. But unfortunately he didn't you had to do it before he takes like 3 steps or something, which makes it really finicky and precise. So he unfortunately did not get it.
Yeah, and took so long with it that M2 started climbing the wall. Like even if you miss early vent cycle, like if you still can slash the fingers quickly enough, like his slam attack takes so long that by the time you get to the other vent and back, like you can get onto his head before and slash in the spike before he starts climbing the wall.
Yeah, Floha just got a nice surprise in a Master Sword. But there's a little backup I'll usually do. I think I actually did it this time. Was if I don't hit because the general strat is do a roll backwards and then do an up spin attack, and then I'll usually hit all 3 or it'll hit 2 or 3 of the fingers, and usually if I fail it, I'll jump and then manually input a jump slash, which will occasionally just chop off the 3rd hand and then allow you to get on his head early. So it's quite useful and it's a nice backup.
Yeah, looks like yeah, CJ, although he got the jump slash, he didn't position correctly on the imprisoned head, so he then got thrown off during the second part of it.
Quack being fashionably late for another one. Hello, Quack.
Me. Hello.
Harm's doing the one check-in Volcano Summit, and he died.
Yeah, yeah.
Harm is really struggling this seed.
Yeah,
You're having a bit of a scary Prison 2 fight with CJ. This is kind of what you could expect if you fail the jump slash strategy. This fight, I believe it adds it'll add around 40 seconds or something if you miss one jump slash. So it's very punishing, especially in a race. Yeah, at minimum.
It's honestly, if your fight goes really badly, it can be multiple minutes.
Yeah, I'm on EST as well. It's currently 10. I'll stay for a little bit, but I'll probably leave. I'm not gonna stay the whole time.
Technically 11 actually, but
no, it's 11. I mean, this was probably not the best race for me to take part in, to be honest. I was not planning on actually doing a second race here, but ended up just kind of doing one for fun, and it ends up paying off. Got a good time. I'll probably get higher placed on the seedings.
Yeah, almost certainly, because I have a feeling that this time for you is gonna wind up being a 105 or close to it. So that's really gonna bump your seating up.
Yeah, I think I'm confident that with the seed I could probably get out of the group stage. I think I'm at this point 100% going to be the first seed in whatever group I'm put in. Yeah. So that's good. Usually, if it's 4 a.m., you should probably go to sleep. CJ is finishing up the Prison 2 fight.
Yes, Floha is in the Bosky room. Soon will get his vanilla Bosky.
Yeah, I forgot there was vanilla Bosky this time. That was interesting. No sleep.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've seen a vanilla Bosky in LMF for a while. But also, it's what is with all the LMF seeds in the seeding races?
I know. LMF and Sandship have both been overpowered with their seedings. We're still lacking an Ancient Cistern and an Earth Temple seed, which kind of stings. Those are two of the more interesting dungeons. When I say interesting, I'm more just gonna say they're shorter than the rest. I mean, you could full clear Ancient Cistern in 4 minutes? Besides Koloktos, which is a long boss because of cutscenes, you could just clear Ancient Cistern in such a short amount of time. The only check that's kind of rough is the basement check with the Boko, but sometimes it's also just dungeon map or small key, and small key does not matter at all in Ancient Cistern due to Cistern Clip. So if you're doing Cistern Clip, that's a bunch of checks that are kind of just worthless. So you could just go check anything, and it's amazing. And Earth Temple's just short, and you could skip most of it with an RBM. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Earth Temple also, a lot of the chests are kind of, pretty dense.
Yeah.
So, a full clear is not as long for Earth Temple as it is for some of the other dungeons.
Yeah, and plus, boss key chest is, I think boss key chest is required for, in general. You're gonna have to get that check no matter what. So it's kind of nice because you're gonna always that's something you just can't avoid, but it means that you're just not gonna avoid it. You're always gonna be getting that one. That's an extra check. It's a night, and it's also not out of the way for a boss key chest. It's the closest one in the game, besides Cistern Clip, Ancient Cistern, but we don't talk about that. It's cheating. Okay, Ooh, CJ gets a clean horde skip.
Yeah.
But you can't do those continuous rollings. He didn't buy a stamina potion, so.
CJ, or not, Floha missing the beetle strat there. So I think CJ wound up doing the same thing of running low on bombs, so had to just open the I don't know what you call these things.
The statues, I guess?
Yeah, the statues which is slower, but running out of bombs is like the ultimate slow.
Harm, please. He's checking the digging spots in Elden. Oh no.
That's a rip for him.
But yeah, the bomb trick, it's really finicky. Equipping in this game, it requires like doing a motion controlled input, which is actually sometimes really finicky. Like, especially if you're trying to equip like the slingshot. If your calibration's kind of just saying no today, it'll just like claw shots over equip like the bug net, and it just wastes time. And going from equip to equip actually takes a really long time. So it's quite a tight strat.
CJ's pretty low here for Gearham.
I think I was at 2 hearts in a while.
Yeah.
Vanilla Bosky. Luckily, Gearham's one of the easier fights to not take much damage on. This one, if you get like the second phase is the hardest one really. You can take a little bit of damage there, but usually the rest of this fight's pretty easy and clean. Let's see if CJ can finish this out.
It seems that Arm may have crashed.
Arm has forfeited from the race.
CJ.
Yikes.
Discord about how he thought it would just take too long, which I think it's like really, really late for him because I think he's in Europe, so
Oh.
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but it kind of makes like I can't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah, Harmless
That's a rip
struggling
for
a lot.
Arm.
Battle Cats. I think Battle Cats is also in go mode. Assuming 'cause he's in Sandship, so he is currently gonna. He's probably gonna finish after Floha since he currently does not have the Sandship boss key, which puts him at a bit of a disadvantage. And Tentacles is also a bad fight. CJ, he's gonna be cleaning out Gearham 3. I don't know. I bet some calibration from me today looked kind of like I was on Dolphin. Especially, I was trying to do some Skyward strikes and the remote just kind of went backwards, which was interesting.
Yeah, I did see that, and I think I commented on that. Yeah, it looked like you might have been having calibration issues.
Weirdly, my heart playing was good though. I Battle of the Goddess went fantastically. I played it in like first try. I didn't mess up a note, so usually it's the heart playing that's messed up. Usually the sword is better, but I guess not today.
Oh yeah, because
Happy
one
3
other
hours.
Yeah, the other one thing I commented on, because it was for both you and CJ, was you whipped the switch there and ran through in the past to open up the one room from the past there.
Oh
as
yeah.
opposed to just turning the power back on immediately and then just doing the no bit routing. Is there like a rationale for that?
Well, so I believe that route actually would have been faster. So I'll just quickly explain the routes. The no back in time route, which is the route if you do no back in time, that's the route you're gonna do, which I currently do. Would be you go to the first room that's usually blocked by spikes. You kill the Technoblins. You open up the back. You go up the lifeboat. Shoot the time shift stone. Go back down. Shoot the time shift stone in the main room, or in like the room you're in the west hallway. Shoot the time shift stone. Do the generator. Go back to the past. Go shoot through the fan. Open the door on the other side. Hit the time shift stone. Do the generator, and then you just go do the generator rooms. My idea, since I want to avoid switching between the past and the future as much as I can, what I did was I wanted to be in the past, shoot that, and do that room first. Then I could just clear the west room and then stay in the future for the second generator, which is my idea behind it, which would have worked, though I forgot the lifeboat. So that
Oh
ended
yeah,
up,
I think
had
I
to go back up.
commented on that too about just like, yeah, how I think I just I just joked about how no one could tell you in chat to
Yeah.
hit the lifeboat.
64-bit here. Whenever I'm doing an obit attempt, he's always telling me to shoot that lifeboat because I usually forget, but this time I had no one in chat to remind me. Also, I noticed I hate doing mast check, like the check behind the mast in Sandship first. I hate doing that check because there's no music, and it just really creeps me out for some reason. It's real scary. And there's no music. And I was Monka S the entire segment. I was low on arrows. I had to not miss a single shot there because otherwise I would have had to redo the entire mast. So I was also really scared.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like you wound up having to stun the last Bokoblin because you didn't have any arrows left.
Yeah, I tried the beetle. I thought the beetle would scare him off the cliff, but he ended up kind of retaliating. So CJ is finishing up the device fight. Gonna be GG's for him in a moment. Oh no, he missed the final thing. Oh. Hello, CJ.
And yep, GG to CJ finishing in second place, both on the restream and overall, with an official time of 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 17 seconds. And I believe we're also joined by CJ.
Yeah, he's joined.
Jastix, how do you go so fast? I don't get it.
Combination of luck, like really good luck, and really fast everything else. Oh.
I mean, I had bad luck in the early game. I had last location a bunch of stuff, but like I thought the fire node hook beetle was gonna throw everyone except me because I got lucky on that off.
With an official
Nope, I got lucky as well.
4 minutes and
I checked Hook Beetle in Fire Node immediately as well, so I ended up saving time, a lot of time on that. And then other things, CJ. So my first hour was basically scrambling. Like I didn't get any progression besides, I believe, just like Battle of the Goddess and some other the weekend like Slingshot and Gust Bellows. Basically the first hour was nothing. Then I did Oriel and Pero, and I got Bow, Claw Shots, Bomb Bag. And then from there, I just kind of, everything fell into place.
Yeah.
That's how that seed went.
What bottle did you get to use for Oriel and Pero? Was it the Deep Woods bottle?
Yes, it was the Deep Woods bottle. Oh, CJ, you didn't see though. I bought the stamina potions for Fledge, and then I never used them, so I got to do a horde with the stamina potion, which was amazing.
Oh, that must have been nice.
Yeah, it was really fun just being able to roll infinitely. But so CJ, how did your seed go?
I mean, at first I hated Muzu, and then I hated her less, and then I hated her more, and then I hated her less. So
I was gonna leave a mean comment on whoever rolled the seed, because for the first hour I was mad.
Yeah,
it was nothing.
I was also mad for the first hour.
Muzi just dodged a bullet there, though. She's luckily gonna make it out of the night alive. She's not gonna get angry comments from everyone else.
Yeah, I was upset like through the first hour, and then I was like, okay, well this. Well, no, I was still a little upset over that because I was like, wow, this seed still sucks. But and then the Hook Beetle in Fire Node is gonna make probably make people angry, but it didn't make me angry because I was like, I got the check.
Didn't make me angry. That meant I could just do LMF.
Yeah,
that just kind of meant I could immediately do LMF.
And then in LMF, when I didn't get the boss key, I was like, this seed has no this seed is so mean. And then I got the boss key, and I was like, okay, this is fine now.
I didn't hate the seed for the rest of it. I know you did Sandship first, then you did LMF. I did LMF to Sansy, or Sandship.
I hear people say that they think that that's faster, but I don't actually know or understand why it would be.
The only reason I did that first was because I didn't get I got Ancient Seed Chart after Sandship. I did not check Beatrice until really late. I done 7 convos though.
Yeah, CJ, you were the first person to find C-Chart.
I figured as much. I felt really good about my Pietro's routing.
But yeah, it was basically...
Even though one of them was almost a mistake, was basically the result of a mistake, which is really funny.
Yeah, but basically what the thing was, like, that wound up kind of being detrimental in the end, because although it's like you found the C-Chart first, but because it pushed you in that direction, you wound up full clearing Sandship before you went to Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the list of things I actually full cleared is really low. I full cleared all of Farron Woods.
Low for me too. Well,
yeah, I full cleared Farron. I didn't do a single trial this run. I was about to do Farron trial, but I checked the PFs before I did Farron.
Where was Ferrari's courage?
I believe it was Petro 50. It was either Petro 40, 50, or somewhere in that LMF. I don't remember. But I remember getting it right before I was about to like go on the hunt for C-Chart. So the only reason I did not do it was because I
ended up
found
not
C-Chart.
having Ferrari's courage at all.
Just didn't have it really.
Yeah, I didn't.
It said it was something you might need, so I was very tempted to go do it.
I got Song of the Hero, which was something I may need, and I was dreading the Skyloft return trip following that.
Oh, I did. I got Song of the Hero as well, though. I got Song of the Hero in Sandship, I believe, so I already knew it was useless.
I wasn't in go mode yet. I thought it could be Hook Beetle or a sword in that case.
Yeah, I think the main thing was I was in go mode way earlier than you were, because as soon as I got Linearu Amber Tablet and then I got Hook Beetle, I was literally 2 items from go mode. And then after getting 2 swords in Linearu 1, I was in go mode.
C-Chart, right?
Yeah, the only thing I was missing after LMF was C-Chart, which meant I was basically in go mode the entire after I got Amber Tablet, since everything was laid out from there.
I actually had a gut feeling that Linearu and Sanshi were Baron, but Linearu was not Baron.
I thought Linearu was going to be Baron as well, but I think Sansi was Baron. I did not even touch Sansi.
It was completely Baron.
Yeah, I never entered Sansi.
There was like a bottle or anything there. I thought, like the early whip in Farron plus Gus Bellows early Sphere Zero, I was like, I really thought that was going to be the, like, indicating skippers and that.
Yeah, it feels like sometimes, like, whip is just a giant debate.
I feel like it usually is, unless Cistern is required.
Yeah. Or Sandship, honestly. Well, like, for me, I never checked Sandship unless I
it was a debate. Even though it was required, but it was a debate.
Yeah, it was a complete debate. Oh, my stream's still on. I have to turn that off. Thanks for reminding me, Crane. I think the local recording is dead, though. No, it's not. I get to delete that now. Before I do my next run, like, no good run, I gotta go delete that. It's gonna be fun. Most likely. I'm already, like, running really low on my storage space on my computer now, so I have to delete a ton of stuff.
It was me a couple months ago, and I've since rectified it by buying a portable SSD that I use to move stuff over to my machine that I've been doing editing on, but not really relevant. But yeah, that
streams and 2 runners still going.
2 streams, but only 2 runners.
Aloha finishing in 2. Battle Cats, fighting Tantalus.
Yeah, it seems everyone was in go mode at around the same time. There's a Tarn, but everyone, like, Floha and you, CJ, were in go mode as I was finishing. So you guys were both in go mode around the same time.
Most of the way through LMF when we finished, I was at the boss for LMF. I didn't have boss key yet.
I think you were, you were going through you were going through boss key room when I joined. So
yeah,
that's where I saw you.
I was so glad when boss key was in that room. I was not looking forward to figuring out a route to go backwards through LMF.
Actually, my route was kind of going backwards through LMF. Like I explained this earlier, but my route was do the west hallway. I did the windmill RBM for the propeller gate, west hallway, the back 2 rooms in in the sand and through the tunnels.
Yeah.
Then I death warped. I did the boss key room and I did the other check, which led to the small key because I checked the other the vanilla small key chest, but that one also that didn't have anything useful, and so I knew that I had to do boss key chest. And then I just did boss key, then I did East Wing, and then that ended up and then I just death warped back to the boss door. So
yeah, propeller RBM is crucial to doing LMF fast, but I don't usually do it until I know that I need to. Because if you get, it's only 3 checks that you actually need to use it for. So if you get boss key and you don't really lose time to doing it earlier or later.
Yeah, you don't really lose time to that. It's I'll usually just do it immediately since I find it's usually useful most of the time.
I mean, it depends because there's more places for it to be outside where you don't need it. So
yeah, though it is also the best gateway to the boss key, to the boss door in the.
Well, I mean, minecart jump.
No.
No.
I don't do minecart jump in anything but no-bit. I regrettably do it in no-bit because I have to. I don't want to do it anymore.
Minecart jump is definitely faster than going to the boss door.
It's definitely faster, but you also have to get it quickly, so I
failed it for way too long. I had too many issues with it.
Yeah, I did see that you unfortunately struggled with that for
struggled with it for maybe 40 seconds.
The second try?
Well, no. What? You can retry minecart jump really quickly as long as you don't fall off.
Yeah, it was because CJ was doing the hook beetle variant.
Oh, I see.
The bomb variant.
Well, yeah, but I also, even with the either strat, you just, I mean, yeah. You don't lose that much time, it depends. I guess the bomb strat loses way more time if you fail.
The bomb strat, you have to reload the minecart, so it's a lot slower. It loses around 30 seconds per reload. So.
Unfortunately, Floha missing horde skip.
CJ, oh no, you got horde skip. I remember. I saw you got a really clean horde skip.
I was really happy with that horde skip.
I missed horde skip.
I've been doing pretty well on horde skip lately, actually.
Ah, he got an arrow now. Good job, Floha. So Battle Cat is finishing up this. I just realized Battle Cats he doesn't have water dragon scale, so he never checked Gust Bellows in LMF. It's interesting.
Neither did I. I didn't have scale.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That surprised me. When I do randos, I usually like to check everything. I always get too nervous when I don't check literally everything.
Well, I was in Go mode in LMF. I didn't need
to check LMF. Well, Battle Cat isn't in Go mode though, or he wasn't in Go mode in LMF though.
So the reason he didn't was because he didn't do the pinwheel RBM at the start. So going back to the start of the dungeon would have been a lot more complicated for him.
The thing I like to do in that case is death warp out of the boss key room, exit via the statue, come back in, do pinwheel RBM, and then go to the east wing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's. Yeah, see, at that point, I think the better play is just come back into the dungeon if you have to.
Yeah, that's what I said. Come back in if you have to, yeah. I've also made that play before, though.
Yeah, and I think, for him, that was, well, for this seed, certainly that was the correct play because you didn't need anything in the front.
I don't know, yeah, no, Jesse's a good point. I also don't like to do all on checks.
Yeah, I'm someone who just does every single check they can. If I go somewhere, I'm checking everything, and I'm leaving. And honestly, most of the time it works out. I think it's actually a pretty good strategy, because it means that, I'm less likely to miss something than someone who just kind of, checks a couple things and leaves immediately. So I'm obviously, if I'm in Go mode.
Yeah.
I did also
I played very poorly this seed, unfortunately. I bonked and ran out of stamina way too much and just wandered aimlessly a handful of times.
Yeah, I mean, there are there are benefits certainly to being thorough.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And it's just a matter of yeah, I think if you do pinwheel RBM, it is way better. Okay, Floha has a fairy. But if if you do if you do Pinwheel RBM at the start, like full clearing LMF is a lot less complicated.
Alright. I'm going full on believer that he'll die. Flaw, please die. I'm giving all my points.
I'm going all in on he's gonna survive.
Dude, I like time loss. Jet Battle Cuts, he's also entering the final fights of this run.
So, besides, the huge gap between Jazzix and I, this is a relatively close race. It's a relatively big gap.
This was relatively close.
The gap would have been even tighter between you and I if I hadn't died to Demise and Girahim once each.
Yeah, I would have been saying I think the largest mistake I made, like, if I was saying like mistake, like through not just like rando routing mistakes, which I can't really control really. Besides, I'm more saying like not rando routing mistakes. I'm mostly saying like doing stuff that I didn't need to. The biggest mistake I made was like messing up some stuff. I believe it was somewhere I messed a lot of stuff up. Oh no, it was like the first hour, 'cause I was playing like really bad that first hour. I played poorly in the first hour as well. But then I kind of just played better at the end. I'm more comfortable a lot in the dungeons, like compared to Skyloft. I'm so much better at dungeon movement because it's stuff I practice more. I
not
really
going
practice
for
Skyloft
in G3 for some reason, unknown why.
Yeah, these strats take too much time.
Okay.
Oh
Flo,
no!
Do not die.
Come on, die!
Come
Go!
on, Flo, don't
You just
die.
need to take one hit. Just miss something.
I got hit in this phase. Also, I got every time I got a the transition like that flip on Girahim 3, and I can never get the upspin attack.
They're awkward.
I screwed up the Girahim 3 because I just kept stabbing.
The G3 strats are really east. Honestly, I winged it during my last no bit. Great sentence. Also, I don't think Battle Cats is doing the jump slash strategy here. I remember
he missed
in the last race we did.
He missed one.
Come on, Flo. You could do it. You don't have the power.
Come on, Flo. Nice shield demise fight.
What is this? These shield strats.
He should go for the triple shield dash here because I know he's practiced in that.
Just nunchuck, disconnect or something.
Spin and Flo should make it.
I'm mad. I gambled all for this.
He missed the lightning strike!
No!
Okay, that one hit.
Come on. Oh no.
Okay.
And GG to Flo, huh?
GG to Flo.
Finishing in third place.
Whoa, come on, dude.
With the time of 3:21:29.
I've been wanting to open the spreadsheet so I can put in times from today.
Alright. I want to see what I'm at for the sheet.
You should be top 4 if I had to guess.
I mean, wasn't I top 3 with only one race under my belt?
I don't remember where you were exactly. That's why I hedged my bets and said top 4. Okay.
Let's check actually.
I don't have the race room open anymore. Hello, Flo. I assume that's Flo.
Yes, it is me.
Hello, Flo.
Yeah. GG, Flo.
GG's.
Thanks. That was, I don't know, interesting seat, I guess.
Do you want to kill Muzu or do you want to leave her alive for now?
No, I think we can leave her alive for now. Even
Alright.
though I gotta admit, that once I read that dungeon combo, I was not very...
Yeah, no, I was fuming at the dungeon combo.
I don't know what it is with like all the LMF and Sandship seeds in this that are getting rolled.
Isn't that the
I think
third
they know.
LMF Sandship seed in the seeding races?
May
LMF Sandship
possibly be.
alone? Well, my first choice was Skyview Sandship. I think there was another Skyview Sandship.
Maybe it was the 2 Skyview Sandships.
Yeah, I think we had 2 Skyview Sandship and 2 LMF Sandship.
And we're still yet to have
That's
either
all
Ancient
we
System
have.
or Earth Temple.
What if the next race is Ancient Sister and Earth Temple Sister?
That would be
That would be
cool.
the fastest seed ever.
Oh wait, that was Flow's time, not yours. Well, no, Skyview Earth Temple would be the fastest seed ever.
I mean, yeah, I got a 132 on Rando, and that was Skyview Earth Temple, but we don't want to talk about that. I mean, if you get Scale really early, and like if you get Scale Clutch Shots Whip really early, I guess, honestly, I think Ancient Cistern would theoretically be faster. Ancient Cistern's so fast.
Mm.
So I'm gonna double check what seed I am right now.
The don't rely on it. I think there's an issue in the calculation for this specific column.
Alright.
Flow, fix it, please.
What?
It is not correctly calculating part-time.
Oh, that's interesting. Why? What does it do that?
Oh well, you also haven't input all the times yet. Oh wow.
Yeah, but it has the right number, which is weird.
One seems to be correct as long as only 3 times
Yeah, but
are...
part-time top is correct, but the actual part-time is wrong.
That's
The part-time
interesting.
looks like it's the average of me and...
Oh yeah, because it's
Flow Hikers.
8:33.
Oh, is it using 832?
It's using H32, not H32.
But yeah. Meanwhile, Battle Cats and War taking some damage in the first phase.
Did you guys get TMS as well?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I got True Master Sword.
I'm pretty sure everyone found TMS.
Oh, whoops, I forgot.
Battlecats looks to have the right setup for Horde Skip. Let's see if he can actually do it. And no. That looked like it was gonna be good. But it wasn't, and even more unfortunately, one of the moblins is still alive. 2 of the moblins are still alive. That actually all 3 of them.
What the heck?
Like I couldn't see one of them, like 2 of them, but yeah, they're. Yeah, he's unfortunately struggling a bit with dealing with them. But yeah, dealing with multiple at the same time is kind of annoying. Especially
They're not getting rid of their shields. Also, so Floha, what do you think of the seed? What was your opinion on it?
Overall, I was running a bit in a struggle in the beginning, like at the 1 hour mark or so, where I was running out of checks. Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Now, you did Sandship second, correct? Like, when did
No,
you
I
when
did- I
did you get
first. I
sea
did
chart?
first.
Oh, you sent it first. Okay. So far I'm the only one who's done Sandship first or second. Or I think Battlecats also did Sandship second. So far
I did
everyone
Sandship
did it
first
differently.
in the hopes of finding Hoof Beetle there. Yeah, and then I was like, after I did not find Hoof Beetle in Sandship, I did not want to do Sand Sea, so I went to Lanacre Desert and was like, I'm gonna do what I can there, just gonna get every item in the desert. And luckily, I found Hoof Beetle just in the fire node. What a coincidence!
I was saying before you got here that I expected the beetle in Fire Note to actually trip people up, because I know a lot of people will leave Fire Note if they don't have a beetle.
I almost did, actually.
Yeah,
I could have won if you had made that mistake!
Yeah, you would have won. I would have probably checked everything else besides Fire Node. Also, I wonder where a lot of the difference between Floha and CJ came from. Because you guys look like you did similar routes. Though, Floha, when did you do, when did you get the C chart? I know CJ got it really early.
That is a good question. I got Patrol 40, I think. Whatever that was.
I think it was just like, I think that was a song of Piero Peace or Farrah's Courage.
Did anyone do the trials?
I didn't do any trials.
Yeah, Battle Cats did the Farron trial, and I think, yeah, Harm
Those like
wound up
gratitude crystals.
Yeah, Bat 40 was a
forfeiting,
sword.
but he also did the Farron trial.
Which are
He has
50
a,
of Farrah's Courage.
Oh,
And unfortunately, yeah,
So close.
okay, so yeah, he saved before, so now he's just reset so that he gets his fairy back.
Very smart play.
Yeah, maybe he'll be able to get Horde Skip or have a better Moblin part this time.
Yeah. So, BJ, when did you enter, and when did you get the Amber Tablet? When was like your approximate time when you got it? I was like an hour for, I think.
No idea.
I got Amber Tablet after we were already having. Oh no, because you already had to have claw shots for that because you were doing it was in Great Tree, but or at least I believe it was. But it was something required, but it was something hookshot lock, claw shot lock.
It was Claw Shot Lock. It was Great Tree. Sprout tried using
Yeah,
Did anyone get the scale?
I did.
What was that?
Scale was in the Gus Bellows room. It was the second chest in there. It was the other chest.
Oh, okay.
In Gus Bellows.
I didn't do the key lock checks at all.
Yeah, the East Wing was
Yeah.
completely worthless. There,
Yeah,
Scale did not open anything up. It actually would
But
have
Scale
tripped me up if I.
Scale
hadn't
cannot
done
have
it.
anything.
Yeah.
And
know where
Valcat's
everything is.
actually getting Horde Skip this time,
Nice.
No.
so that means that he's gonna be like much better off for the rest of this
Yeah.
sword fight.
Horde Skip makes such a big difference. You don't realize how much of a difference it makes, or a lot of viewers probably don't realize it, but it makes a huge deal. Because it
Well,
just
yeah,
makes
Horde
Horde
Skip-
so much shorter.
Yeah,
and it skips the hardest part of the fight, really.
The part that
Yeah,
you're most
focus
likely to take a
form.
lot of damage on.
Yeah.
Although
I mean,
I'd
I
argue
guess,
that
like-
without True Master Sword, the hardest part is the first barrier.
Yeah, I guess like the
Yeah.
very first part's also kind of difficult because like those blue-capped Bokos control you a lot, especially if you don't have TMS. But for
Yeah, that's true.
apart
With
from
the-
that, like
uh,
yeah, Horde Skip skips the hardest part.
I think it's kind of like it doesn't really show, but Horde is one of the hardest fights in the game. Like if you're watching someone who just breezes through Horde, it looks pretty easy, but this is one of the hardest fights. It's so easy to take very large amounts of damage very
Yeah.
quickly.
yeah, that's
I think the worst part is that you take it so quickly.
Yeah.
yeah. Iframes in this game are something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are really interesting because sometimes you've got iframes when you really don't need them, when you want to kill yourself quickly with bombs. Then you basically got no iframes when you get comboed by enemies.
Electricity, BMOS, destruction.
Yeah.
BMOS are one of the worst enemies in this game. The three
That
I
is
specifically always go to when I think of bad enemies are like there's the one at the end. There's a couple at the end of Pirate Stronghold that are notorious for killing people. Just right at the end, and you have to restart the entire thing.
They are, I think, the worst part of Pirate Fortress.
Yeah, by far. There's the one guarding the lever.
That's what I kind of like in Rando Pirate Fortress, because if we don't need the Goddess Cube, for example, in the turning settings, then we don't have to deal with those Demoss.
That's true. You could always just death warp out of the Pirate Stronghold, and it's always faster than completing it because of the cutscenes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Battle Cat's getting a really nice second phase of Gearheim 3.
Ooh, missing the down spin or the up, the down spin. But getting it the next time. Also, Jazz, you're number 2 seed at the moment.
Number 2 seed, I see. So I bet I'm behind Jim right now.
Lepa or Araxis getting another time that is sufficiently good.
I wouldn't put it past them.
At this point, I don't see anyone passing Jim. Jim is basically
No.
locked for first.
Jim has a
seed
6-point lead on Jazzix.
Yeah, there's no way. Well, because Jim got first place in every race, and he also got really respectable times in every race.
No,
so.
Jim got the max. Jim got the max points in 2 races.
Yeah.
There's basically no going around that.
Unless you get perfect scores in all 3 races.
Yeah, that's correct. The seed had some nice additions with True Master Sword, Hylian Shield, and the like.
Yeah, I didn't actually have Hylian Shield. My power was full.
Really?
Guys with the help style.
GG.
I actually accidentally got it. I was doing Beatrice and I just got it and I selected like pouch on accident, so I just put the Hylian Shield in my inventory. Also, GG's to Battle Cats. Finishing.
Battle Cat's finishing with a time of 3 hours, 34 minutes, 53 seconds.
And that is going to end off the 5th seeding race of the Skyward Sword Rando Winter Tournament.
So we'll see.
Yeah, one last seeding race left. I think pretty much everyone participating in here today has done their last one.
Yeah, it's gonna be my final. I have another. I actually have another senior race I could do, but I don't think I'm going to. This was already kind of a gamble doing this one, and so I don't think I'm going to go for another one.
Yeah, I basically had to do this one, and I was happy I did it because it definitely significantly improved my my seating again after the last one.
Yeah,
which was very unfortunate for me.
Yeah, so it looks like we're joined by Battle Cats. GG Battle Cats.
GG.
Might be looks like he unmuted on Discord, but I still can't hear him.
Why did you choose a Beatrice seed?
That is the question of the day right there.
Are you in the kill Muzu camp or are you in the save Muzu camp?
Kill. I can sacrifice Muzu.
Damn.
Muzu run.
Although if we remove Muzu, I do go up in standings in the seating, so now it's big brain hour.
Yeah, I'm comfortably in my good seating. I think.
Yeah.
I think
you're comfortably in the top quartile.
I don't think there's a chance I'm not at this point. I think I'm kind of locked in for a top seed in my group. I think who could still pass me? Lepe. I think only Lepe and Araxes could still pass me right now.
Yeah.
Although there are some people who haven't raced yet.
Yeah, but I think that doesn't even really matter because you're
Oh,
definitely gonna be the first seed in your group.
Yeah. So at this rate, just kind of chilling. Also, so
For me,
Battlecat,
it's
what
gonna
do you
be
think of the seed?
interesting looking at who I'm gonna get in my group.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to finding out to the groups to see.
Hey everyone,
Hey.
we're gonna wrap up now. That was a fantastic race. It is really unfortunate that due to the timing, 2 of the 6 had to DNF. But a fantastic run by everyone. We're going to send you guys over to Zelda Speedruns 2. And in terms of what's coming up, pretty much check out any of the Zelda Speedruns channels tomorrow because there's like 8 different things going on Saturday. Beyond that, was this the last seeding race for Skyward Sword?
No,
have one more.
We have one more on Sunday.
One more on Sunday. Okay, that will be exciting to see. And that will be it. Goodbye, everyone.